This is the way it feels to move through summer in Lululemon. Iconic Align softness without the front seam. For our smoothest look and feel ever, summer won't know what hit it. Stretch your limits in the non-stop flexibility of the new Lululemon Align No-Line Pant in select stores and at Lululemon.com.
Savor every last drop of summer with Starbucks. From bold refreshers to rich cold brews, the sunniest season only gets better with a handcrafted iced beverage in your hand. Available for a limited time. Your summer favorites are ready at Starbucks.
This is Optimal Living Daily. Where is your mind right now? By David Cain of Raptitude.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Welcome to the podcast where I read to you covering mental health and self-help topics like mindfulness, happiness, productivity, and minimalism. And we're going to get right to our post today as we optimize your life. Where is your mind right now? By David Cain of Raptitude.com. Amazing, isn't it? The words caught me off guard, but they were clearly addressed to me and seemed to match my thoughts exactly. A moment earlier, a blonde-headed little boy had, in plain view of his parents and a half dozen passers-by, pitched a half-eaten ice cream at the garbage can, missing completely and hitting the retaining wall not far from my seat on the bench. They continued down the boardwalk without a word. When the stranger spoke, I think I nodded or harumphed or made some other corresponding gesture of disapproval. But when I looked up, I was surprised to see the old man was smiling and gesturing at the ocean and had either missed or ignored the minor injustice that had me so appalled. The sarcastic tone I heard in his comment belonged entirely to my train of thought. He meant only what he said. I still don't know exactly why he bothered to stop and say that to me, unless my preoccupied state was obvious to him even through my poker face and sunglasses, and he knew exactly what to say to reset my perspective. After speaking to me, he turned back to the ocean, and I followed his gaze. It was too ordinary for a postcard, blue sky, blue ocean, no clouds, but had me like the dancing plastic bag in American Beauty. My train of thought had been effectively derailed, and I was able to forget myself for a moment thanks to that random man who said the right thing at the right time. I had been totally lost for most of the day. It was like when a noisy fan clicks off, which you never realize was running until the moment it no longer is, leaving the most unexpected, silent silence. I believe life with that noisy fan is the normal state of human consciousness. This was my 30th day on the coast of Australia. I'd been on the beach every day. It was a sunny one, like most of them, and at a casual glance, this ocean scene wasn't especially captivating, particularly for coastal Australians who see it every day. Yet, he was completely taken in, and so was I. Thought-killing moments like that do happen, but often it takes something that's particularly forceful on one's attention. A flaming sunset, say, is exclusive and dramatic enough to wrest anyone's attention away from their preoccupations, at least for the fleeting few minutes when it's at its loudest visually. But just as often, I've looked at something much more ordinary at the precise moment my head chatter cuts out and found myself captivated in the exact same way. A dog sniffing a curb, an old playing card in a garbage can, a swirl in my coffee. There's an unmistakable significance that can be seen in all of them, but usually we're not really looking. This kind of moment has been happening more and more often. The most encouraging part of it is that it doesn't seem to matter what the content of the scene is, only whether I'm aware enough to absorb it without assessing its implications to my personal interests. When my interests and preferences aren't informing the picture, when I'm not looking at it in terms of what it's adding or taking away from me, it's like I can watch it without being there. I'm alive and aware without the normal heaviness of being a needy, self-obsessed human being. That is where beauty is found. I know now that this captivating quality is always there to be seen, not just in classically picturesque locations like beaches, but in parking lots, produce aisles, snowbanks, and people's faces. But it can only be noticed when thinking isn't the prominent feature of the landscape. This state is an anomaly for almost everyone, but I think we all know it to some degree as an occasional acquaintance. Trains of thought seem to be bent on creating new ones constantly. I suspect that for most of us, our thinking is the prominent feature of the landscape almost all of the time. Our thinking is such a prominent feature of nearly every scene we witness, it can be hard to imagine that we can still be there to see the world when thought isn't around. Indeed, most people probably live and die without ever detecting a distinction between their thinking minds and themselves. Next time you think of it, ask yourself, where is my mind right now? Where has it been this last hour? Are my thoughts the prominent feature in my current landscape? I'm convinced that this same captivating significance is present in every scene, waiting to speak to you whenever you offer it a chance. It's unbelievably patient. It could wait a lifetime. You just listened to the post titled, "Where is Your Mind Right Now?" by David Cain of Raptitude.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. Summer nights used to be brutal for me, tossing, turning, flipping the pillow, until I discovered Cozy Earth. Their temperature regulating sheets have completely transformed how I sleep. They naturally wick away heat and moisture, helping me stay several degrees cooler even during the hottest nights. I honestly noticed the difference the very first night. And it's not just the sheets. Their all-day tea and studio pant collection have become my go-to for ultimate comfort and breathability during the day. It feels like I'm living in a temperature-controlled cloud, whether I'm lounging at home or trying to stay cool while working. Plus, Cozy Earth offers a 100-night sleep trial, so you can test them during the peak of summer. If you're not completely in love, you can send them back hassle-free, and all their bedding products come with a 10-year warranty. Upgrade your summer. Go to CozyEarth.com and use code OLD for 40% off best-selling temperature-regulating sheets, apparel, and more. Trust me, you'll feel the difference the very first night. Sleep cooler, lounge lighter, stay cozy. Today's episode is brought to you by Strawberry.me. Feeling a bit stuck professionally even after all your hard work? Maybe you're eyeing a promotion, searching for a more fulfilling job, or just unsure about your next career step. Strawberry.me Career Coaching is here to help you move forward with confidence. They connect you with a certified career coach who truly understands your unique challenges and aspirations. This isn't about generic advice. It's a personalized, collaborative coaching experience focused on your goals. Your coach will help you uncover hidden strengths and develop strategies to stand out and advance faster. They provide guidance and accountability, empowering you to make real, lasting progress. Because knowing what to do is one thing, but having a dedicated coach to guide and support you, that's how significant career growth truly happens. Your next big opportunity is waiting. Let Strawberry.me help you get ready for it. Get started today at Strawberry.me/old and claim your $50 credit. That's Strawberry.me/OLD, because your career success shouldn't wait. Thank you to David. I really like that analogy of our internal chatter being like a noisy fan that's always running in the background. It's so true. We get so used to it that we don't even notice it's there until for some reason it just clicks off and everything gets quiet. His story about the stranger on the boardwalk reminded me of something that happened a while ago. I had to have a notary come over to my place for some paperwork. It was just, a normal transactional kind of thing. My mind was probably a million miles away thinking about my to-do list and so on. That noisy fan was definitely on high. Now, as I was signing, the notary saw where I wrote down my job, Optimal Living Daily, and he paused and said, "Hey, that's a podcast, right? I listen to that all the time." It completely caught me off guard. It was like David's experience on the boardwalk. It just derailed my entire train of thought. For a few minutes, we weren't just signing papers. We were two people connecting over something unexpected. The noisy fan of my worries and responsibilities just stopped. It was such a nice moment of being pulled into the present by a simple, random comment. It really shows how those moments can happen anywhere. So a really good reminder to ask ourselves today, where is my mind right now? But with that, thank you for being here and having your mind here right now. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.